Recording. Okay, so I'm really happy that Ellie's call was this morning because she kind of found like inviting. We kind of got into like how to make the conversations better and not come off super salesy, which is what I kind of wanted to talk about as well, because that's always like something, especially when you're like starting out, that you kind of have troubles with, because I did too. So I just realized I didn't make any notes for tonight, but I was like talking to Courtney over chat, so all my notes are there. But so I basically wanted to talk about challenge group conversations. So if you guys have any questions, or if you want to know something, right in the chat, like something you're struggling with, maybe with that comes up in conversations. Like obviously price is going to be something that I'm sure everyone kind of struggles with when talking to people, but if like anything else kind of comes up, just write in the chat and then I'll answer you guys and touch on that. But something important that I also want to talk about tonight is rank versus volume. And this has come up a lot recently, just in like some conversations, and I've had a couple of coach calls recently where I've kind of touched on it, but it's really important. So when I first started, there was like kind of trainings on like rank versus volume. So rank meaning like your emerald or diamond or 1-star all the way up to like 15-star, that's your rank. Volume is obviously when you sell something, you make volume. And also when your team or your coaches sell something, you get team volume as well. So volume turns into money. It turns into your bonuses. And that is what Steph calls the meat and potatoes of your business. So that's where it's going to really help you in the long run. And that's why I want to talk about this now, so you guys get this started early, because Court and I were chatting earlier, and this is something that we didn't really do much when we first started, but now we've kind of like learned from that, and we're here to share it with you guys, and then you can share it with your teams and stuff. So I've always thought like rank. Like I just want to be like 1-star, 2-star. And as Chanel was the first one to kind of reach 1-star, and like it was super exciting. And you get to have once you reach 2-star, you get like these quarterly bonuses, and this all sounds great, but if you don't have the volume, you aren't going to be getting the possible income that you could be getting. And it would happen, like one of my coaches just left and she was talking to other coaches, and she was hearing like it sounds like 1-star sounds super awesome, but if you don't have the volume that comes along with it, then it's not, your success isn't based on rank, I guess is what I'm saying, like right away. So how to determine this, like I was getting ready and I always talk to myself and stuff, and I was trying to think so what happened basically was Court and I are Chanel's like strongest coaches. And when I signed up, I was put on the same leg as Courtney. And if you guys don't really know much about legs, like at this point, Chanel didn't really think about it much, because, if you're emerald, you just want to have one coach on each leg, but I'm sure she had more coaches at this point, so she wasn't really thinking about that. And she didn't really know how serious I was going to take coaching, and I don't even think I knew how serious I was going to take it at the time. But I was like thinking to myself, like, damn, like how much money could she have been getting if we were on opposite legs of each other? Because, I was bringing in all this volume, Courtney's bringing in all this volume, but it was going to the same leg. So she, if she had put me on her other leg, like an opposite leg of Courtney, she would have been being able to cycle a lot more, and her bonuses would have been a lot bigger, and her income would have been greater. And obviously, income's not, well, I mean, like, obviously you guys want to make income with this, so that's why I wanted to talk about this. Okay, so how to make this happen for you guys is when you sign up a coach, obviously, like, you want to go emerald first. So your first 2 coaches, you want to have them on opposite legs. So one on each leg to go emerald. And then to go ruby, I honestly don't think anyone really goes ruby before they hit diamond, because it kind of takes a bit longer to get your coaches to go emerald, and by that time I'm sure you'd almost be diamond. So diamond, you need 4 coaches on each leg, and 1 on each leg needs to be emerald. So for me, you can kind of do this while you're building on the way to diamond, but I really started focusing on volume after I hit diamond, just because I started learning about it more. But I'm trying to like think of the easiest way to say this to you guys. I might have to show you too. I can share my screen. But basically, you want to have a getting started right call with coaches that you sign up, and you just to determine like what their goals are for the business, you know. So if you know that they're just a discount coach and they want, like, they're strictly for the discount, they're not interested in coaching, you want to put them on your weekly. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you guys right now. And does everyone know how to determine their strong leg and weak leg? Yes? No? Okay. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Okay, you guys can see that, I hope. So I'm going to go into my coach office. I wonder if I can unmute. I'm not muted, am I? All right, I thought I was logged in here. Okay, so going to monitor my business. Then you're going to want to go to your graphical genealogy. And if it'll look kind of different to me, obviously, because I have a fair amount of coaches. But so my strong leg is this leg right here. And how I know that is because, see this name right here? That's not even one of my coaches. This is some girl that was put under me. So your strong leg is not only your personally sponsored coaches, like the coaches that you've signed up, it's people that coaches who are above you in the organization have signed up and put on that leg, and you get volume from them, which is awesome. But this is my weak leg. So these are all my personally sponsored coaches and their coaches that they put there. So your weak leg is something that you have to build yourself. So that's why it's like, it does take time, but it's definitely going to be worth it. So yeah, you'll be able to determine your strong leg by, if you see people that you don't know on that leg, that's your strong leg. And your weak leg, it might have no coaches, or it might just have a couple. And then, yeah, so that's my weak leg. Yours might be different, but that's how you would go to determine it. So yeah, I think it's important to have, okay, yeah, I'm recording this for anyone who's just hopping on as well. So yeah, so having calls with your coaches, and don't think that you can't have these getting started right calls if you're like just starting out. You might be a little bit nervous too, but it's definitely good to at least talk to them and see, okay, like obviously their goals might change. And I actually have put a getting started right file into the team page that we have together. So if you guys want to go look at that after, you can. But I basically just talk to them and say, like, what do you want from the business? What are you hoping to get from it? And if they're just like, no, I just want the discount, they're going to go on my weak leg, because I'm going to get volume from them. When you sign up a coach, you don't actually get commission from their Shakeology, but you get volume from them. And another reason to sign up a discount coach, because yeah, you do lose out on the commission, but you get volume, and then it would help you advance to a rank as well by having more coaches on your legs. So, and if you say you have a strong coach or a coach that's working the business on your right leg, and you're already at emerald, and you sign up someone who you've talked to, and they're going to say, yeah, I really want to do something with this business. Obviously, you're not going to know how successful they're going to be, but if they have like the mindset that they're going to work and be a working coach, you'd want to put them on the opposite leg. So that way, because like to move up in ranks, like to get to 1-star and 2-star, you have to have a coach on each leg. So Chanel, again, could have been like 2-star, because me and Courtney are both diamond, but because we were on the same leg, she was only 1-star. So, you know, you really have to be strategic with this stuff. And at first it was really confusing to me, but you guys know, obviously you can always come to us and ask questions. But that's another reason why it's so important to have calls with your coaches that are signing up. And then that way, you know, okay, and like take a look at your legs, see what would be a good place for them. Also, does everyone know that there's only 5 days? So after like What is Coaching events, you know, I've had like sign up 4 coaches at once. And to make sure that they're put on the right leg that you want, you have 5 days to switch them. Does everyone know how to switch a coach if you've accidentally put them on the wrong leg? I can share my screen and show you guys how to do that as well. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. So you want to go, say you signed up a coach and they you forgot to change the placement. How can I move this out of the way? What is going on? So say you know you're signing up a coach, just one coach. You want to put them, my computer is so slow right now. I'm sorry, you guys. Come on. Really? Oh my gosh. Okay. Monitor My Business. You will be able to see preferred placement on there. I don't know why this isn't working. But you basically just want to, you're able to choose what leg that they go under. Oh my gosh, this is not working. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. But you'll see preferred placement and you can pick what leg you want them on. But say you forgot to do that and you're halfway to Emerald and you put 2 coaches on the right leg, you can go to the FAQ and you can do a genealogy change. And you can, you have 5 days to do this. You can fill out a form and get them put onto the leg that you want them on. So that's in your coach office to set it up before preferred placement. If not, if you forgot to do that, just go to the FAQ and do a genealogy change. So does anyone have any questions on kind of rank versus volume? You can definitely look up YouTube videos and trainings on that as well, or come to me if you have any other questions. But yeah, just wanted to touch on that because it is really important to build volume and you do have to be strategic with placing your coaches for sure. But challenge packs and conversations. So I feel like I've had a lot of calls on this, but there's always like new coaches and new faces and it's good to go over stuff. When I liked how Ellie was talking this morning on the wake up call, if you guys hadn't catch that, definitely catch the replay, about how you're really inviting to an experience rather than selling something to someone. Like, of course you're going to come off kind of like, you won't feel good about sending an invite if you're going in like, I want this sale, you know, and I made a group chat with some of my coaches and we're planning like a really good group for August because I'm like, okay, my challenge groups are kind of dying down a bit. And I feel like it does happen in the summer. There's a bunch of stuff going on. People are busy, but I'm like, how can I come up with a good challenge group and like talk it up online, make it and like actually make it so people want to join on this because of the experience that they're going to get from it, not because they're going to get these products that are going to, you know, yeah, they will change their life. But like more so, how can we invite them to an experience? I'm going to use what Ellie was saying. So having that in your conversations, and really before when I first started coaching, I was so into talking about challenge packs, you know, and I've been talking to a couple of my coaches recently and, you know, obviously you want to sell a challenge pack if you really want to hit Success Club. Like I always have a goal to hit Success Club, but I realized now that I was possibly, and maybe you guys are too, might be missing out on income from only trying to sell a challenge pack. So we get 25% commission off challenge packs, but we get 40% commission off just the workouts. So if someone signs up with just the workouts for a year, you get $40 from that, Canadian, $40 from that. And a challenge pack, you get 50. So really that's only a $10 difference. And people are going to be wanting to get like just the workouts. You know, if you've talked about, I definitely talk about both in my messages. I'll go over what I say to people and how I say it. But I was so keen on selling challenge packs. And if someone said no, I wouldn't even talk about just the workouts. And I feel like I was definitely missing out on income that way. And people, you know, if they're kind of don't, you know, people kind of think Shakeology is obviously pricey and stuff, but that's why I'm going to kind of go through what I say in my messages about the pack so they see how much value comes with it. But I just wanted you guys to know that it's totally fine to sell just the workouts. You know, you still benefit from it. And, you know, you're going to have girls in your group that are posting about Shakeology. They're going to see, you know, because honestly, a lot of the time people that aren't using Shakeology aren't getting results as fast as the people who do use Shakeology, because Shakeology definitely does help with results, and you just have to trust that they're going to see that. But yeah, so what I say in my messages, I've kind of had like a bunch of trial and error with this stuff. I personally like to talk over email rather than Instagram. Courtney and I were just talking, she likes to do voice message. Like there's so many different ways you can talk to people. I just tried sending a video message to someone. I'm hoping she replies. She opened it. I haven't gotten anything yet, but you know, you try different things and see what works for you. But what's really worked for me has been emails. I just feel like you can kind of say more on email than you can in like an Instagram message, because I feel like if you try to type everything on an Instagram message, you're like, people are scrolling and they're like, oh my gosh, like it's very overwhelming to see like all that information. But if it's done over email, I feel like it just comes off, I don't know, more professional, and people are more, you know, emails tend to be longer than like an Instagram message, right? So this is just what works for me. Obviously try out different things, but I don't go in right away and talk about, like the pack and what they're getting. I definitely talk about my groups first. And then that kind of goes back to what Ellie was saying, like the experience. What experience are you going to give these girls? What do you have that makes you different as a coach than like say another coach? What are they going to get when they sign up? That's not talking about the pack yet, you know? So I talk about how, you know, we run these groups. We have, you know, it's a big group of girls. Now I'm going to be posting more like workout challenges and stuff. Like I'm trying to brainstorm more ways of how to make my group more interesting and make people feel like, oh, you know what, this would be really fun to try. So talk up the groups. I have a draft email ready to go. You definitely want to be personalizing your messages, not just sending like the same copied and pasted thing to everyone. Ask them questions that you can plug in the challenge pack and workouts to answer those. Like if they're a mom, obviously they're going to be a bit busier. So 30-minute workouts, like super ideal. Or if it's someone that, you know, is going to school part-time, we have like the challenge pack is the solution to like a problem that, you know, everyone has. You're getting easy meal plans. You're getting a meal plan approved cooking show. You really get so much with the pack. And I definitely talk up the challenge pack, but here's what I shifted in my business, and it's worked really well for me. So like I said before, I was very keen on selling challenge packs. I wouldn't even talk about just the workouts. I was like, no, I want those Success Club points. But I was like, okay, once I reached like Success Club 10 or whatever, once I hit that goal, I just started doing this, but now I just do it from the get-go, even if I'm at Success Club 0. I talk about the challenge pack, and then I also say at the end, you know, this pack definitely sets you up for success. It's what a majority of people sign up with, but you can also just get the workouts for $99. I don't think I said this. I never say the price, like at the beginning at all. Like obviously that's everyone's first question, and the easiest way to kind of get around answering them right away is if you don't know them, just be like, for price, I just need to confirm where you're from, because price varies. And then that kind of gives you some more time to talk to them without, you know, saying it's X amount of dollars before showing them the value in the pack. So by me explaining the groups, and then I'll, you know, say just for confirmation, just need to know where you're from. And then I'll let you know how much the challenge pack is. And sorry, I just got kind of lost what I was saying for a sec. Okay, I'm gonna start over. My strategy is I ask for their emails because majority of the time people will message me on Instagram and I'll say, hey, do you mind giving me your email? And we can chat over there. So they give me their email. I send them like a little intro, personalizing it, maybe asking a couple questions, and then I tell them, so I'm going to be filling you in on what the groups are. And if that all sounds good, I will fill you in on the price and sign up process. So that way I'm giving them information. They can learn all that before finding out the price. And then they'll reply. Again, I'll answer it. I'll make it personal to them. And then I will talk up the challenge pack. You know, I say, so it gives you like all the workouts. Like the challenge pack is amazing. You guys, we get access to over 700 workouts. You get the new programs coming out that are released. They get this for a year. I mention portion control containers. I mention Fixate on Beachbody On Demand, because there's so many people that are like, you know, think that they have to cook like 3 different meals for their family to try and eat healthy, when there's like a cooking show that has amazing meals that are Fix approved. That is a huge value to people. And then I mention Shakeology, obviously, and I definitely talk up Shakeology. I more so talk about my personal experience with Shakeology rather than like the ingredients listed in it, because anyone can kind of Google the ingredients, and if they ask for it, obviously give them more information. But I talk about how it's helped with my energy levels. I talk about how it's helped with my hair growth. My nails are stronger. It helps with my cravings at night. Like the chocolate Shakeology is amazing for that. Just talk about what it's done for you. It helps with people's skin. I've had girls whose skin has cleared up. That's the kind of stuff that people will be like, oh, that sounds really cool, rather than you just listing off the ingredients in Shakeology. So I talk about the pack. I talk it up for sure. And then in my closing paragraph, I give them the price, because they would have told me where they're from. And then I make sure to tell them, you know, this is a one-time payment for the year, because so many people tend to think that you are paying monthly for this, but it's a one-time payment with a 30-day money-back guarantee. And, you know, this pack sets you up for success, but you can also just get the workouts for $99. So when you put it like that, really, the challenge pack, you're pretty much getting Shakeology for 50% off if you do the math, which is pretty incredible. So I've begun offering that up front, like I'm giving them both options, and more times than not, people are seeing the value in the pack, because I've talked so much about the pack, and they've seen like, oh wow, for only this much more, I can get all of that rather than just the workouts. So, and then also you offering both up front kind of takes pressure off them. You're giving them a choice rather than saying you're either taking this or you're not in my groups. You're giving them an option. They're feeling, you know, like, oh, okay, I can pick my choice. There's also a 2-week free trial membership. If you guys don't know about that, you can set someone up with, it would give you the option. I think it's like the quarterly payment, and then you can start with the 2-week free trial. The only thing with that is if they do really enjoy it, you'd want to let them know to call and cancel before the 2 weeks is up, and then you'd want to set them up with the year membership, because you actually end up paying, I think, like $60 more by keeping the quarterly membership. I think it's like $40 every 3 months that comes out, rather than you paying $99 for an entire year. So definitely let them know that. You know, and like I think a free trial is good for, you know, maybe new coaches who are having troubles getting girls to commit. You can say, hey, like no pressure. Like if you want to try a 2-week free trial, let me know. You can, there's like Clean Week on there. They can complete Clean Week. But yeah, so basically just talking more about, you know, what they get from the group. Yeah, you do get commission on the 3-month bot. I don't know. I don't think I have anyone. It would be, you get the same amount of commission, but I think it would be 25% of $40, I'm assuming. But yeah, you still get paid, but it just makes more sense for them. financially to sign up with the $99 one for sure. Does anyone have any questions, or like what are some common objections or like questions that come up in like your conversations that you're kind of having troubles with? I know price is usually the main one. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay.
I'll say something if you can hear me. Something that's really been helping me lately when explaining the challenge packs, and I know some people aren't super comfortable with like saying the price and stuff, but when I explain that the challenge pack is $186 and people are skeptical over that price, I'll say like Shakeology alone with taxes and everything is $171. So if you throw that price out there, if they want to know the price, it just gives them that thought like, okay, I can get access for an entire year, plus Shakeology, plus the meal plans and the portion control containers as a one-time payment. So my conversations lately, I've been saying that it's not something I said for like the first year of coaching, but I feel like that's like really, really selling them because Shakeology is so expensive on its own. So if you feel comfortable enough saying that, I mean, play around with it and see how your conversations go. Like try it and see, and then do it in more conversations.
Yeah. No, that's I've always done like the 155 amount. This is Canadian pricing, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never even thought to say like after like taxes and everything. That's really just like a $10 difference. Like, yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You know, the challenge pack is a wicked deal, and you just have to know how to talk. I kind of talked about this in my live, but you just talk to a person, like talk to someone that you're like, don't think of them like, oh, this is $50 right here, you know, like, no, this is someone that I'm going to be able to help, that they can benefit from this. They can potentially benefit from this. They're just people, and you have to and show your personalities. If you guys, I know I always bring this up in my calls, but like Instagram stories are where it's at, like especially if you're getting right talk, go and explain part of the challenge pack on your Instagram stories, and your personality just kind of comes out, and people just tend to kind of just see you more as the person who's helpful rather than, oh, this person's just another coach trying to make a sale off of me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hope I wonder if I can. I might post the draft that I use. Obviously, like make it your own. Because these are like what I use with people, but it's more just like make a template for yourself, explaining, and like make it different every month. Like I'm gonna do my best to kind of change up my challenge groups monthly, because I've kind of it's been doing the same thing, and I feel like it really needs to change. And saying that in the next emails that you're sending out, like, hey, I'm deciding to make a change with this challenge group, you know, we're doing something different this time, like just get them excited and you be excited about the challenge groups. I think I've tagged a couple of you guys the Beachbody Champions training. There's a training on challenge groups, and she says that like if your challenge groups are boring, like if they're not active, you're probably like, if you're bored in your challenge groups, chances are your people are bored in your challenge groups too, right? So just brainstorm. Like that's why it's good to have like team calls, or find someone to run it with and try out different things, like making like I posted in the Mighty Pines today asking people to brainstorm some ideas for challenges, just to kind of like more heads together. But if you're excited about the groups, you're excited in your conversation, right? So yeah, I'm really happy to talk about experience today, rather than like selling products and stuff, because obviously we do sell products, but the experience that we get to give people is amazing. I hope this was helpful. I feel like I have a lot of calls and like conversations, but like I said, there's always new people on these calls, which is awesome. You guys have any other questions that come up after calls? I feel like that tends to happen. Obviously, feel free to message your court or comment or post in the group or something. Obviously, we want to help you out. If you need any other Okay, sorry, go on.
I was going to say something before you cut off.
Yeah.
Alyssa, and if you guys, can you hear me or should I just not talk? Yeah, okay. It's one thing, Alyssa and I were talking about this today is like, I've been coaching for 2 years, and something that I'm really trying to pass down to my coaches right now is that if you guys are running groups, really start to think about the girls that you want on your team, and think about how you think they would benefit from becoming a coach and helping others. Because I was so shy and nervous, and I never reached out to anyone my first year as a coach. And I don't regret that because I've had so much growth, but it's something that if you think about now and you take that step to getting uncomfortable and just being like, hey, like, you're killing it in this challenge group. You're so encouraging. Like, have you ever thought about becoming a coach? And even if it's a no, like, I know you guys might hear this a lot. It usually means no, not right now. But I would say half of my working coaches right now are from this year, and because I had reached out to them. My first year as a coach, I never did that. So for all you new coaches, I just encourage you to like go into your challenge group, look at the names, and just like kind of dream of who your dream team girls are, and just think about it. And then at the end of each challenge, just be like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and just message them and see.
It's definitely good to go look in your challenge groups, because the best coaches come from challenge groups. Like you said, posting in there who motivate you as a person. Like I have a bunch of girls that I'm like, damn, like you're already getting your workout in at like 5 a.m. Like those are the people that are going to be amazing coaches. And often, it really took me a while to think like, who is my dream team? And like, I thought about it, and I'm like, I just kept coming back to it's girls that are like me, like moms. And like, obviously you're going to have people that are moms, but like I have people on my team are like my age, and just like, you're going to realize, like, come up with like your interest list and like search that on Instagram, and you'll find people, and you'll see that there are people that relate to you. And I was talking about the girl that I was like, oh, she hasn't replied to me.
I told you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I totally screwed that up. But yeah,
so stop your reply in a voice message.
And I was like, don't feel obligated to send me like a video.
Yeah. That's so funny.
But yeah, try out different things, like put in a voice message. I just did a video message. Try out email versus Instagram. Like definitely it's all trial and error. See what works for you. There's obviously something, but yeah, I think we're running out of time. But thank you guys for hopping on. I really hope you get takeaways from this. I love seeing the calls begin to grow. Awesome. Yeah, we're going to Summit. Watch our stories. Keep up with us. Here.
And share too. Share them on your stories. Make a post about it. Go live about it. Yeah. Feed off of our energy, you guys, because my first year as a coach, Chanel went to Nashville. I was only coach for 3 years, and I shared that shit all the time. And people were watching, and they were asking me questions, because I have a feeling we'll be going next year with like a shit ton of our coaches. So something to think about. Share the energy.
Yeah, even like post being like, hey, go check out like their stories, or post about like, hey, like this is what my coach is doing, and I'm going to be there next year. Just like you guys are going to see our posts, and you guys are going to be like, I need to be there.
I'm so excited. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys for hopping on. Feel free to post in the group if I didn't touch on anything that you guys wanted to learn. But yeah, thank you guys for hopping on Monday night.
Okay.
Bye.